Here is a problem that my students said they had a little difficulty with on their homework last night. So I'm going to demonstrate how to solve it for them. Here we have a situation where we need to use inverse operations to find the value of d, our variable d. Now the math practice I'll be using is 7, where I know that I can use the structure of the equation to use the opposite operation to help break out the variable to determine its value. And I see here I have 3/4 times d, our variable d, equals 15. So if I have multiplication here, and this is supposed to be the multiplication dot, then the inverse operation would be to divide. So what I'm going to do then is I'm going to divide this side of the equal sign by 3/4. And that's essentially going to reduce these out. It's going to reduce those out. And that's going to leave me with d. And what I'm going to do then is I have to divide 15 by 3/4. Now, just to go back for just a second to show what I'm talking about, if I have 3/4 here and I divide, well, if I divide 3/4 by 3/4, I'm going to wind up with a whole. Anytime you divide a number by itself, you're going to wind up with a whole. And if I times 1, if I go 1 times d, I'm essentially left with just d. So that's how I just went ahead and just crossed those out, because anytime you divide a number by itself, you're going to wind up with 1. And when you times the number by 1, because it is the multiplicative identity, you're going to wind up with the factor you start out with, in this case d, our variable. Now, I'm going to use the standard algorithm to divide 15 by 3/4, and what I'm going to do is, let me change the color of my ink just to show up a little bit better. I'm going to put that work, I'm going to do the work up, I'll do it down here. So I have 15 over 1, so I'm changing that whole number to an improper fraction, 15 over 1. I'm going to change my symbol from divide to multiply, and then I'm going to do the reciprocal of 3/4. I'm going to flip these and get 4/3. Now I'm going to go ahead and do a little cross reducing here. I can say one group of 3 is in 3, and then 5 groups of 3 are in 15. And then 5 times 4 is 20, and then 1 times 1 is 1. So 20 over 1 equals 20. So d equals 20. So when I want to solve this problem, the value of my variable d is 20. Now, boys and girls, if I were a random reporter and you were grading me by the SFA PTM rubric, what grade would I deserve? Yes, I gave you my math practice, I showed you my process, and I had a correct answer, and I feel like I did a pretty good job using appropriate vocabulary.